Whatever.
What up? 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 It's your boy T.
Hey, it's your man B.
And what you up, on the Fried Up.
What up? What up? What up?
Elevate. We got the Calais guide with us.
Yes, sir.
My guy, Felix. What up, boy?
What up? What up?
What's going on with
Season 2, episode 32.
32?
I know who in my head. I'm curious, Brian.
Magic.
What 32 come to mind?
Magic.
Magic come to your mind? Okay. Okay.
You know. I mean,
Jim Brown came to my mind, but all right. Magic came to your mind? Okay.
Which Magic we talking about? The Magic meme when they played against Michael Jordan, the practice at the Liberty, like
It's only one Magic, bro. Five championship Magic.
Michigan State
behind the back no look Magic.
Yeah.
Michigan State, you know what I'm saying? Legend Magic. Only one. And that's all encompassing. So that means HIV. That means beating it for 30 years. That means had me questioning if he really got it, or is it a cop out for him losing his staff? I don't know.
Oh man. Nah, I don't know nothing about that. But yeah,
me neither.
No, he's
either way we go, it's a GOAT. Whether it's Jim Brown.
Oh yeah, Jim Brown, Jim Breezy. Yeah. Yeah, that could have been good 32. OJ.
I didn't. Who's that OJ? Who's that OJ?
We were talking about 32s.
Yeah, we were talking about the bat. Who we gonna name the show after? I'm not naming
No. Well, I mean, that'd have been funny.
Orenthal.
That'd have been funny. That would have got us some extra views.
Name that son Orenthal.
Orenthal.
The one is named OJ. Orenthal. And the fact that it's...
You can't go through life calling yourself Orenthal. I don't even know who says that.
Well, that's some country ass name right there, boy. Yeah. Hey, look, we got a lot to talk about, so let's cut the chit chat. Let's get straight to this shit.
Okay.
The Wizards and the Rockets had a trade last Wednesday. John Wall in a first round protected out the ass first round pick for Russell Westbrook.
Yep.
Let me start before I hand it over. Let me say this. Do I understand the trade and does it make sense business wise? Of course. And I'm not even saying that I was mad that the Wizards made a trade. I'm in my feelings because John Wall I'm a fan of John Wall, and it's sad to see that era end. Don't mean I'm not going to embrace it. Don't mean I don't understand it. Don't mean I don't think we're getting a better out of the deal just from a health standpoint, just from a box office standpoint. I get all of the attributes that come along with Russell Westbrook to the point where I'm not even interested in the negatives. All I'm saying is it had anything to do with Russell Westbrook. You could have traded him for LeBron James, and I would have felt like, damn, that's my guy. And people were like, oh, you tripping, and John Wall's not there. Number one, I don't want you to come off and let everybody know how goofy of a fan you are by just shitting on one of your greatest players in your franchise's history. Let's be clear. One of the greatest players in your franchise's history. Right? But also don't be dumb. Like, yo, if you and your man's playing ball together, that's your man.
Mm-hmm.
But he keep getting dogged by the other dude. Mm-hmm. You mean to tell me that there will be zero reluctance to you trading your man's for the other dude, even though you know the other dude is better? Like, come on.
I don't even know.
Reluctance.
I hear you. I don't know if the other dude is better. Other than health wise, other than I know I don't know for sure because every star that's come to Washington has ended up on the injured reserve list.
See, I even think that Russell Westbrook has the potential to be the best superstar that ever came to the Wizards. I even believe that. Star, all-star, or superstar, I think he will have the better career as a Wizard than any other player before him. I mean, if you look at the list is long on how many stars, all-stars, superstars have come here later in their career, and their accolades have been very slim.
Right.
Very slim.
I agree with you. Like as far as whether or not this trade is that remains to be seen. Russell Westbrook's an A1 player. He's an A1 dude. I don't know about the fit with him and Bradley, but we'll see what happens when it happens. My sadness and disappointment comes in when we think about the 10 years that John Wall was here. He's drafted in 2010. Had 7.5, 8 healthy years, and they never, put a basketball team around him. This was the first year he was going to get to play with a stretch four. By all account, by a lot of accounts, that the only reason he's been traded is because of the gang sign video that came out earlier this year. After he put up 300,000, he put up 300,000 to keep people in their house. But that's neither here nor there. Whether it's a good basketball decision or good roster decision or good, organization decision is remains to be seen. Again, like I said, but it's just disappointing that the owner, let the architect of a team stay for 15 years, and they went to 2 second-round playoff appearances and got bounced. Like, they never put a team together that could actually exploit the skills of John Wall and even Bradley Beal to this point. And then we're here to and we're told to rely on the number 2 guy that's been around that whole time, and expecting to believe in this guy wholeheartedly. So that's all it is. I'm not gonna say. I mean, peace to John. And all respect due to Russell Westbrook for taking number 4 too. That's another thing. He took number 4 instead of number 0.
I would have liked the number, but I'm okay with it. It's cool.
I mean, you're not gonna Chris Webber's not gonna get put up in the rafters anytime soon. So I mean,
of course not.
So
of course not. And Gil even, I'm saying, said go ahead, wear that 0. But
yeah, he said it, but and respect to Gil for saying that, and also respect to Russ for avoiding the number. Yeah, he's going with his high school number. So
hey, look, Kobe went from 8 to 24. LeBron went from 6.
True. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I can't. I've expressed anger about it on Twitter, and I don't mean, but it is what it is. The draft pick is probably they're probably going to go over to him in 2025 or something like that. If they're if they're not good. If they are good, then they'll get a 20 pick or 21 or whatever it is.
And for me, there was never really anger. I was one. My only anger is lack of I feel like there's a lack of transparency. I'm yo, if it's gonna happen, just fucking do it. Don't go back and say because then you just you have fans, going back and forth and getting into disputes and shit like that for no fucking reason. And then you have a fractured franchise, at least from a fan base standpoint, because now you got people choosing sides when they didn't have to. You just could have been honest from the beginning. That's all you had to do.
First, I was a little bit upset. I was confused, and I was mad because Washington gave the first round pick, and I was like, really? But I kind of understood that someone actually let me know yo, it's not like the NFL where you get them these top players, you know what I'm saying? So we don't know what's going to happen in the next 2 years. And plus, we're not very good with drafting anyway, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to give Russ a shot. But I know for a fact in the playoffs, he has to, change the switch because usually he's not effective, in the playoffs. Like even last year against,
And
the Houston Rockets, he
fair
was a
point.
non-factor. He was, and his decision making. That's the only thing that kind of kills me between that separation between John Wall and Russell. Like I like John Wall decision making as a point guard than Russ.
Right.
And we just got to see. I mean, I know for a fact about Russ that's different from John. No disrespect though. On the court, Russ does give 110%. He gives his all. You know what I mean? So it sucks, because John Wall is part of us. You know what I'm saying? Even
Right.
though he's not from DC, but we drafted from DC. We see him from a young bull to a grown individual. And it sucks though, because the 2 years that he was injured, we was like, okay, is he gonna be the same John Wall? You know what I'm saying? He's back healthy, even to the point where we were saying there's a chance he might even play in the playoffs. I mean, late of the season last year,
Yeah.
and that will actually help them. Okay, they go to the playoff, but I'm just mad how the Wizards just handle the situation. And I was talking to T. I think it was the last show. I was like, if they can bring Boogie Cousins to the Wizards roster to them for cheap, that will be huge because we need players. We don't have a solid center since Gortat. Gortat was our last center that kind of gelled well with Wall and Bill. So I don't know how this is gonna play out for real. It sucks though because I'm like, damn, John Wall is gone, and we don't know how long this rodeo is gonna last with Russell because if it didn't gel well with James Harden, which is his boy, what makes
Right.
you think it's gonna gel well with Bradley Beal?
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's a good question. Like, James, I don't know who had what in the John Wall was just did a press conference and said he never like asked for a trade, and he would have never left here if it was his choice. So it was just all it's very disappointing for the Wizards to me as far as
I hate DC media. I hate DC media. They're so fucking toxic, man.
It's disappointing from a fan's point of view because you've been told for 2 seasons like, okay, like we're gonna extend Bill and this is gonna be, what I mean, this is gonna be that last, to see if they can actually do it. What I mean, we can actually build around these 2 guys or whatever. And then the other disappointing part of it is like, can like you said, he brought up court vision. Like John Wall is an elite point guard. And he would be a pass first guy if he had 2 other options or one other option. He was the number 1 option for a long time, for whatever reason. Because mainly because Ernie Grunfeld was trash at drafting and acquiring talent. But you can't. It's all spilled milk, man. So I can't. I mean,
Here's the thing.
it's just yeah.
One of the things Brad said in his press conference, because he had a press conference too, is he mentioned his new desire to play on the ball. And I think that has something to do with it. Whereas even though John does have great court vision, a lot when John's on the court, the decisions they go through John.
Right.
Now, the whole everybody eats, mantra started going around when John got hurt. And that made it seem like John was preventing everybody, but everybody ate with John. The difference is the only eating they were doing is now people actually get to touch the ball to make the decision. That's the only eating. Nobody's scoring averages outside of Bradley Beal's like jumped out of the roof. Bradley was the one benefiting because Brad had the ball more. the problem with that, like, yeah, Brad wants the ball in his hands more often. The problem with that is Brad isn't a great decision maker. He's not a terrible decision maker. He's not great. He did need the ball in his hands a little more than he was getting initially. And that's on Brooks. That's on Scott Brooks to find the balance in his play calling.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that I would have looked, like I said, I think part of me feeling some type of way was because I saw John, I saw his offseason like everybody else did. I was looking forward to John getting back on the court and showing what he could do and proving a lot of people wrong. Not necessarily because they were hating on him, just because they doubt people can come back from those type of injuries and still perform at an all-star level. Now, I think that this Westbrook and Beal combination will actually be more efficient than the James Harden one. The only difference is James Harden gets to the free throw line, and Brad's going to really have to learn how to get to the free throw line to supplement some of those points, and to limit some of the work he has to do on the court. Like James Harden's job is I'm not saying he doesn't deserve to get to the line, but I would say if he's the main contributor in the scoring load and he's getting to the line 10 times a game, that's five less. Do the math. That's 5 less shots you gotta hit.
Right.
So and if you averaging 45%, that's 12 less shots you need to take to get those points.
Some of that is attention too. The refs paying attention. They might pay more attention to Brad getting fouled with Russ being on the team. It's just
how's that so?
Because of the microscope that the team will be on or in under with Russell Westbrook being on the team. It just raises the profile of the team in general. And then that I think could lead to more favorable calls. It could. I don't know for a fact, but that a lot of it remains to be seen. I'm not going to really. I don't know, man. It's just.
So let me ask you a question. What y'all think Houston's going to do with Harden? Because I think it's funny. I think Russell was getting pointed at, but look at Harden's had some stars. He's had some stars in Houston with him.
Yeah, he does. I think.
And Dwight Howard was still technically prime age-wise. He didn't work out. That was a personality clash. Wasn't a skill set clash. It was a personality clash.
Chris Paul.
The Chris Paul thing. It's the fact. You know what it was? I don't even blame it on Chris Paul. I think the fact that they lost that year before just put a mental hurdle, that they couldn't get over.
Right.
At least they won a game. Look what happened to Portland in the next round.
It's really hit and miss about who the media goes after when they lose. I've never really heard a lot of criticism for James Harden when they lose. But you hear a bunch of it for KD, you hear a bunch of it for whoever,
Bron. No, Kyrie doesn't get. Kawhi doesn't get criticism either.
Nah, Kawhi. There's like I said,
doesn't get any criticism.
It's pick and choose who gets the criticism. So, it's funny because you see James Harden, he's out as even more so than you think John Wall is, or Stephen A. Smith says John Wall is.
It's more. I think it's a more.
Yeah, he's he's with all these IG joints and all this stuff. He's paying. You know what I mean? I remember when he was with the IG joint, Jenna Shea on low key escort joint. Like he's been in all of that mix. He's real mixy, like. But the guy that had the issue was John Wall as far as being going out and whatever this, that, and the third. But you never heard nothing other than I think his boys got kicked off an airplane in 10 years.
Harden lost a shoe contract.
It's ridiculous. So, but yeah, I mean the microscope should be on James Harden, but I don't know if it's going to be because of just where they are. Daryl Morey was kind of more the lightning rod there.
You think Harden's going to leave Houston? Because those rumors talking about he might go to Brooklyn.
Well, he can't just leave. He has to get traded. So
yeah. So
if I'm Houston, I'm not trading him.
I'll trade him because I'd rather get something than the chance of him leaving.
What are you going to get?
I'm pretty sure there's some players or some picks that you can get for Harden.
The door.
Brooklyn don't have the only thing Brooklyn can give me is picks, and I'm working on the future. Because right now, who do they have that they would legitimately give up that you can use to win right now? And to be honest with you, if Brooklyn trades for Harden and give up assets like I think they would have to, they deserve to struggle when they struggle. Because think about it. That Brooklyn team was said to be a championship contender last year.
There were a problem in the bubble, and that's without Kyrie and Kevin.
And Dinwiddie. So you mean to tell me that they don't have faith that team can win a championship and don't need Harden? What is Harden going to give them that they don't already have, is what I'm saying. Like, it's not like Harden can come in there and take the same amount of shots and have the ball in his hands as much, right? It's impossible. Especially because that's Kyrie's responsibility to handle the rock.
The problem is that Kyrie, I don't know, man. Kyrie, that dude can't stay healthy to save his life, man. That's the same format when he got traded or he went to Boston.
But you know what?
His first year in Brooklyn, he couldn't stay healthy. I mean, I don't mind. I mean, you need another person that can run the point. Harden can run the point.
Yeah, but you saying health-wise, you know what else he can't stay? He can't stay happy.
Yeah.
He can't stay happy. So right now, he's happy. He has his best friend in the league playing on his team, the way that he orchestrated it. So he feels like he's empowered by decisions that he's made, and he has a person who supported his decision, you know what I'm saying, and Kevin Durant went with him in Brooklyn, and, you know what I'm saying, Brooklyn signing off for bringing in both of those guys and DeAndre Jordan. And if you bring Harden in, I don't know what Harden and Kyrie's relationship is like. I don't know what it's like. I also don't know how Kyrie is if you taking attention away from him to spread it out. Now, had they been on the court together and saw, okay, they need this extra oomph, and James Harden gives them that extra oomph plus 10, okay. Right. But what I'm saying is, if you trade away a lot of guys who you may put on the bench, you know what I'm saying, right now, and you put all that firepower on the starting lineup, you risk some things. Now, of course, you also gain some things too. But how old is James Harden?
James Harden should be 30.
30, yeah.
How old is KD coming off of a major?
KD should be 30, 31, 32.
Yeah. So you got a lot of guys, and if you stack that starting lineup, you're going to be asking them to play a lot of minutes. A lot of minutes. And the way the East is looking, I don't really think the Nets can afford to be a fifth seed. Like, I mean, they struggled to make the playoffs last year. I mean, we knew they were going to make it, but
is Kyrie playing? Is Kyrie playing? Is he healthy?
I haven't heard that he is.
He's playing this year. He's playing.
Okay, I was just wondering. All right.
Yeah, I haven't heard that I haven't heard any. The only person so far that I've heard that isn't playing start of the season is, I believe, Holiday.
Okay.
A word.
Yeah, I can't remember top of my head. It's a point guard who's not playing until January.
I knew LeBron. I heard LeBron didn't want to play this
That's a
early.
one. I'm talking about like injured wise.
Oh, okay.
Of course, Clay's gone for the season, so I wasn't talking about Clay. But there
That's
is.
disappointing. I want to see Clay. That's sad.
Yeah, Clay's, man, that sucks.
Yeah.
The what? Yeah. It's fucked up, man. Yeah, I mean, like I was telling T the last episode that I know how that shit feels like to have a torn Achilles. Like that shit's like the worst pain in the world. But I mean, these athletes, they got the best doctors, the best resources. Even though I felt that Achilles, after you rupture or tear your Achilles, you're not going to be the same player like you used to. So we're just going to see how that is because Golden State, man, like without KD, I felt like Golden State can be a problem in the playoffs. But now that Clay is out for another year, I just can't see that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's gonna be tough, man.
I want to see Curry with Oubre. I want to see how that works out.
But the only thing about Curry is that Curry can't stay healthy. He's always injured. Like even last year, he missed majority of the season with a broken hand.
I almost think
he's like a liability.
I think some of that was like he could have played, but Clay was out. You know what I mean? So, and they were trying to get that high pick.
I mean, right now, to be honest with you, the problem in the West, of course, you got the Lakers because they're gonna find a way to run it back if they're healthy. You got the Clippers, you got Dallas, you got Utah, you got
you have Denver, sir.
You got Denver. I know you got Denver. Okay, so you got the Lakers, you got the Lakers, you got Denver, you got Clippers, you got Dallas, you got Utah, you got Portland, and we'll see. And you got Phoenix. Phoenix is going to be a fucking problem.
I'm surprised Utah hasn't blown it up yet.
They're still missing some pieces, though.
What do you mean? They just signed Mitchell to an extension.
But no, he's not the problem. I mean, they still need some pieces, though.
But why would you blow it up? Meaning, who you getting rid of? I mean, you have.
Blow it up means give it everybody. Yeah, get straight everybody. Start over.
Why would they do that?
Donovan Mitchell's not going. Huh? Is Donovan Mitchell beating Kawhi Leonard or James Harden or Devin Booker or like what are we talking about?
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell is he's a top player in the league. Yes, Donovan Mitchell and Gobert is one of the top bigs in the league.
Is he a top 5 player in the West?
Who?
Donovan Mitchell.
Who?
Donovan Mitchell.
What's the question again?
Is he a top 5 player in the West?
Fuck yes. The dude's a problem.
Top 5? I don't know if I say he's top 5. But
in the West, he said in the West. Yes, he is.
Yeah, let's see. You have LeBron, AD, Jokic, Luka,
Doncic.
Who?
That's Luka.
Doncic.
Luka is Doncic.
I thought you said Jokic. Okay.
I said Jokic.
Okay.
And then I said Luka.
Okay.
Then you have Kawhi. And then
I don't know about Kawhi. Kawhi kind of fell off though, but Mitchell has been.
He's proven though. He's proven.
Where y'all
putting Lillard? Y'all talk. Y'all.
We're not talking about overall. We're not talking about overall. If it's overall, yes, I'll put Kawhi. But I'm talking about from the last season. Mitchell was
even last season. Problem. He led his team to he had a better season than Utah.
And I'm talking about in the bubble, my guy.
The bubble.
Yes.
Even before
the bubble that exposed. The bubbles that shows how talented Phoenix is with that 9-0 run. The bubble that shows how Brooklyn can be a problem without Kyrie. You can do it all you want. This is facts, though. This is facts. Kawhi Leonard was not a problem in the bubble. He was not. Look what happened. So you were supposed to go toe-to-toe with the Lakers.
Felix, as a general manager, are you taking Donovan Mitchell over Kawhi Leonard? Yes or no? Okay, then. So
That's not
like I was saying,
exploitable.
then you asked about Damian Lillard. It's about Eden.
Oh, you know what? To be honest, you know what? Right now, yes. You know why?
Based on
Because
what?
Kyrie,
Based on what?
Kawhi, his injury. There was some games he couldn't play. He couldn't play majority of his games, which sparked some teammates because they were mad because there's some plays that Kawhi can play, and there were some games that he couldn't play.
If Kawhi wasn't good, they wouldn't have cared. If he wasn't who he is, they wouldn't have cared.
I'm just saying, will you pick somebody that's healthy or a person that's fragile?
Ask Toronto.
They want a chip.
Exactly. And he was the same
But that was
person.
2 years ago. I'm talking about what have you done for me lately? That's the time I'm on. I don't care about your past accolades. I'm talking about what have you done for me lately?
You said you take Donovan Mitchell. What round did they go out in the playoffs?
Right.
First. They went out in the first.
Okay, hold on. Okay, let me ask you a question.
They went out in the first round.
Hold on.
I love Donovan Mitchell. I love him. But he's the leader of their team, and they went out in the first round. I don't really care about. I'm not a fan of.
Can I say this? Can I ask you a question though? Was Houston from the playoff last year? Was Utah a problem to Denver? Yes or no?
Yeah, they went and got 7 games, of course.
Exactly. And you know why? Because of fucking Mitchell.
Because Utah's a good
fucking
team.
Mitchell. His guy. What's his name? Hold on. What's his name? Point guard, former point guard from Memphis Grizzlies. Conley. He was out, and Mitchell put that on his back. Who does Denver have? Denver have? Let me ask you a question. Who does Denver have?
They got my guy Jamal.
Will Barton.
Who else?
They got squad. Don't get me wrong.
And Mitchell was still a fucking problem. They went to 7 games, my guy.
I'm not debating that. But the Clippers also went 7 games with that same team. But
they were not supposed to, though. They were they up? Were they up? Yes or no?
Depends on who you asking.
Yes or no?
Listen.
Yes or no? Was the Clippers up 3-1?
It don't matter. Utah was up 3-1. Utah was up 3-1 too.
I'm holding the Clippers at higher standard than Utah.
I don't.
Utah is a wild card team.
I don't. I think
Clippers
Utah is a top notch.
Clippers is a top notch 1-2 best in the West. Am I right? So I have them I'm holding them to a higher standard.
You do. I don't.
You know why? You just don't want to make that shit.
No, I don't. You know why? Because one thing that I always value in the game is chemistry. Utah has been on a up climb for 3 years. 3 years. The Clippers had a bunch of role players, and then they said, "Oh, let's take Kawhi and Paul George." Paul George, the person who has shown to disappear when it counts. He did it in Indiana. He did it in OKC. So why would people be surprised if he did it in LA? It's shame on the. It's not Paul. It's not his fault. Shame on the people who don't pay attention to the history. He hasn't shown you anything to say he steps up in the playoffs, right? Nothing. Donovan Mitchell, whatever had. Ask Russell Westbrook about Donovan Mitchell in the playoffs. Donovan Mitchell is a baller. I love Donovan Mitchell. So, yeah. Now, I was looking for you to say you just like Donovan Mitchell's style of play more than you like Kawhi's. I would have given you that. But as far as overall production, Kawhi has shown to put more on the table, defensively and offensively.
Yeah, his however you want to say it,
bro.
His so style of play. You want to say whatever you want to say. His style of play leads to wins. Like however you want to cut it, slice it. Like it's all about what do you do to lead the wins? That's why I'm not really a big. That's why I'm like, you know, I'll wait and see what happens with this Russ Wall trade, because when Wall was on the court, Wall won games. Like, the reason that he didn't win is 50 or whatever, he didn't get as many wins, is because his team was trash. If he wasn't on the court, like, you could see, it bears out in his second year. He was out for 40 games. They were 5-30 or something like that. 35 games, they 5-30. And when he came back, they end up being 30 or 35 wins. Like, come on, bro. Like that's where I'm at with it. Like, does your style of play? Does your style of play lend itself to winning games? I mean, it's a team game, of course. It's obviously a team game, but if you're a star, you're the top 1-2 option, then your style of play needs to lend itself to winning games and how it fits in that five.
I don't want to go back to John Wall, but I'll say this. People talk about John and slight him, but him and Bradley dragged some overachieving role players to Game 7 in the second round against Boston.
That's facts. Markieff Mitchell Morris had the 2 months of his life, his best 2 months of playing basketball. January and February. That's the reason why they went. They almost got to 50. Like, if not, that was a 7-player team squad, 7-player squad that year. Like, come on, bro. Like, and Otto Porter. Where's Otto Porter? He's pouring down Kirkland wine in girls' mouths out in Chicago somewhere. Like, come on, bro.
And live your life. Just don't do it for my team no more. Thank God you're gone.
Yeah, he maxed him out. He wanna wild out Chicago. It's all good. Like, I'm not mad at him. I'd probably be doing the same thing. But, like,
y'all look like him though.
Nah.
Hey, look. Why Felix look up at the camera to take a look? Let me do. He look like him a little bit. Felix had to look at you again. He forgot what you look like.
Gay. Anyways, bro. Like, that was yeah, like you said, it was an overachieving squad, and the reason they overachieved because Bradley Beal and John Wall, two of the best players in the league at that point, but and didn't get the credit that they deserved because of the rest of their squad. So trash. But anyway, yeah, let's get back. Hey,
listen, I don't want to waste having. Go ahead. Yeah. I don't want to waste having Felix on the show.
Okay. No, I'm here, bro.
No. I'm saying I don't want to waste having you on the show. Okay. So let's talk about
some battle shit.
Yeah.
Yo, did you watch before we get into battle stuff? Did you ever watch Chris Unbiased?
No,
but I used to watch his shit before Double Impact. And that's when I remember it was Charlie Clips and Goods versus Newark, which was Arsenal and Shotgun Suge. And the third round, which was legendary for Charlie Clips, where he's like, I'm trying to be Chris Unbiased, I'm trying to rape the game. And that's when he was charged for rape. And ever since then, like, I think, like, we stopped hearing from him.
I mean, he wasn't even on he was in jail that whole time.
Yeah, he got locked up. That day he got locked up.
Yeah, well, I don't know if that same day. I don't.
That same day. If they arrested him that same day, but it was crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, and I just watched his like he made a new channel and he just got back.
He was telling me that he was telling the viewers that I don't know what the overall, like, is he still going on trial or no, that kind, I don't know about all that. But what kind of killed me was he said that his mom had to use his retirement funds. She was supposed to retire. Oh yeah. His whole journey through the criminal justice system, I haven't even finished the thing. I'm at the point where he's talking about other bloggers or whatever what they've been talking about. But yeah, his whole, like, as far as having to pay for this, having to pay for actually getting evidence and
all this other stuff. And I was shocked, not shocked. I understand what it is, but it's like, dang, you see it real live when somebody's breaking it down like that for you. Like, but either that, blog. I guess we're getting into the battle rap blog ourselves too. But
Man, Volume 6 next
hey,
Saturday.
let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. What's
So you
what's
got the main event. You got Goods versus Geechee Gotti. You got Paste versus K Shine. You got my favorite battle. I'm representing, Elevate Clothing. B Dot versus Chilla Jones.
Oh, okay.
That
was announced a long time ago.
They should have battled a long time ago, but they're
finally announced like a few weeks ago. I didn't know if this is all for one card. All right, bet.
It's all for one card, and then you got Easy to Block. Easy to Block Captain versus T Top. You got what else do you have? You got Arsenal versus Jerry West. I believe. I think that's it so far. There's supposed to be 6 battles, but it's supposed to be a dope card. I'm looking forward to it, man.
That's a big look. Arsenal giving him the shot right there. That's huge for.
Yeah, I was telling our group on WhatsApp that Ill Will versus Danny Myers. That's gonna be a dope battle. Nice. So this is what I take. This is my take on it.
That should be a gnome. That sounds like that. That's a night of main events type league. Okay.
You don't know because these up and coming MCs they're starting to get they're about to get recognition, so they might take over. You know what I'm saying? So they're trying to get this shit out the way. But this is my verdict. I was telling T this, and T kind of disagreed. The verdict of these battles were B Dot versus Chilla, Jerry West, his performance against Arsenal, and Ill Will performance against Danny Myers. Danny Myers, Ill Will, Chilla, and B Dot is going to determine who's going to be champion of the year. So because all 4 of them have been dominating this quarantine this year, 2020, and I'm looking forward to it because B Dot is like an uprising star that people have been sleeping on. Like this dude is definitely.
Have they been sleeping on him? He was in LA for his first 3 or 4, and I figured that's when I heard about him when he was in LA. I forget what their league was, but he had like three joints, and I know it was like a whole thing about him not wanting to come back, come to the East Coast, and I think he did a joint on KOTD before that. You know what I mean? I don't know if he slept on. I think he got so much hype early,
or like a little recognition because he kind of like he's like the baby version of Loaded Lux, pretty much.
Yeah. I think people give that put that comparison on him, and it's kind of hampered him a little bit. It's kind of hindered him.
My first time seeing B Dot was RBE event, and that's when I purchased the joint because the main event was Murder Mook versus Averb, and so you had B Dot versus a legendary Swave Sever, and I was like, yo, who's this guy? Like, this guy's actually dope. And not only that, he did like a record. It was like I don't think it was a tribute, but it was like trying to call out Kanye West. And I was like, yo, this dude is dope. He kind of like sound like Lloyd Banks a little bit, but I was like, yo, this dude got potential. And then his next battle with EK, I was like, yo, this dude is a fucking problem. Now, the only thing that I have a problem with this card is that it's in LA. And meaning there's a chance they might start at very, very late because, the East Coast, I don't like that shit. Like the anniversary, they started at 9 and, ended at midnight, and then the Queen of the Ring battle also started at 9, and the event starts at 9, but it started at 9:30, and like I got things to do, you know what I mean? So I don't know how this is gonna play. That's the only thing I don't like about, you know, in the West Coast. But it's a dope card, and hopefully each of the cards live up to the hype because the Ill Will versus Danny Myers, I'm a huge fan of Danny Myers. Danny Myers did his thing against Easy to Block, but people say Easy to Block has that, you know, that win, which is fair.
I've yet to see that battle. I was going to ask you about another battle. I guess that's been, you know, people going back and forth with. But I haven't seen that battle. But I've heard it go back and forth. I heard a couple of people say Danny got him 2-1,
Yeah.
but other people had Easy to Block. I need to actually like get up. Like I need to catch up with him. Like I haven't really watched him, so I want to catch up with them. I think this is a good battle to do it because I'm a big fan of Danny Myers myself too.
Yeah, Danny Myers is dope, man. Like he started to like of course people make fun of him because you know he's old, but like the material he comes out and his preparation, despite that he kind of choked on against Jerry West at the anniversary, which is a dope battle anyway. But Danny Myers, man, people are sleeping on this guy. This dude he's official. Especially he's like my top 5 in the West. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see how that.
Yes, absolutely. We'll see what happens. I'm not really sure. I'm a big Ill Will fan, so I also it can go either way. That'd be a good battle to watch.
It's gonna be a good battle. They both can freestyle. They both can rebuttal. They both got that aggressive energy. You know what I mean? So, I think Pat Stay versus K-Shine. This might be a problem for K-Shine because Pat Stay is not one of those people that is like it's an easy win. You know, and
it's not a win, and also like Pat Stay uses his height and size against guys that aren't his height and size against them as far as like the look, like as far as like the, you know what I mean, the performance part of it.
He was like 6'6", and he's facing somebody's like 5'7", 5'8".
Right. It's gonna
you know, he's just gonna make him look like a little kid, you know what I mean? So it's gonna and don't get me wrong, I haven't seen K-Shine get beat badly until the Hitman Holla at Summer Madness. Even that was his, like he clearly lost that one. But the Rum Nitty was shaky. If Rum Nitty did not fuck up his third, Rum Nitty would have beaten K-Shine because the second round, Rum Nitty left the earth like he always does. And the third, even though he didn't choke, he like, you know, I was so happy of the crowd of Houston when he was struggling because he couldn't remember. They was like encouraging him, like, come on, Rum Nitty, come on. And when he got it back, I was like, yo, that's dope because that just shows how much people fuck with Rum Nitty because it was like any MCs that they don't like Averb or the Saga, they would have booed his ass like, no, we don't want to hear that shit. Get the fuck out of here. But yeah, what's your take on Goods versus Geechee?
Oh man, that's gonna be fun. Because Goods is gonna give you 3 rounds.
That's split
real, yeah, that's real. Like, you know what I mean? That, yeah, man. Like he gives you that, like, I'm the shit, and you're gonna have to throw me off my square. Like, and you either do or you don't. Like, and I haven't seen too many people do. Like, there's not too many people that say, yeah, I beat Goods clearly. Like, there's not too many.
Tay-Rock beat him clearly.
Yeah, I mean that's one. Yeah, that's one.
And I hate the fact that one thing I don't like about Goods is that he did the same thing that Lady Luck did against Miss Hustle, is that when the opponent is rapping, you try to throw off your opponent's game by talking or like, you know, like that's so disrespectful. Like let the, like if a person is quiet during your rounds, you should show that same respect and that professionalism, you know. And he tried to do that to Tay-Rock, and because the crowd was booing, he felt that he had that round. Just because the crowd was booing doesn't mean you had that round. They probably just didn't get it. You know what I mean? So I thought he lost to Tay Rock. T Top, I'm not sure who won. He had some like some funny moments though, but I felt like Geechee is gonna be very, very like aggressive. Like, yo, I don't give a fuck about how much you pay for that watch. You're not gonna take that with
Right.
you when I blow your brains out. Like he's gonna be like, very in his grill, like, so I want to see how that's just gonna play out.
Yeah,
For him.
it's interesting style, you know what I mean, versus between the two is gonna see because they're both like Goods is laid back, but he can get in your face. He has that energy, and but Geechee is always in your face. It's bang is snapping right there. So man, that's gonna be interesting. I can't wait to see that one. Goods always on the show.
I didn't hear what you said.
Goods, I said Goods on the show, man. Like I'm gonna be tuned into that one. Geechee versus Goods is a good
Yeah,
matchup.
man, it's gonna be dope, man. And they're also talking about B-Dot versus New Jersey Twerk in 2021 when Twerk, returns. So that's going to be fucking crazy.
Yeah,
I don't even know. I don't know how that. I don't know because they even asked Tay Rock. Tay Rock was like, it will be a bad decision for any MCs to battle on Twerk's return, and he was like, even I won't do it. So for B-Dot, be like, yo, I want the fade. You know what I'm saying? Let's have this talk. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, this shows like this dude is a different breed. You know what I mean? So we're gonna see. Overall, I think the content that Smack has been delivering this whole quarantine has been spectacular because I don't think if COVID exists that we will be getting these classics, to be honest with you. Because they're so focused on the business standpoint, it has to make money, you know what I mean? Which just makes sense though. But for them to come with creative ideas like the quarantine rooftop joint, the ultimate madness, 1 and 2, the Queen of the Ring, like I think that's pretty dope, you know what I mean? So
they've gotten A1 performances out of guys that that's like seasoned veterans. Like Bone Collector's been around for 8 years, like 2012, 2011 or something like that. Like they brought back.
To be honest with you, I would if it wasn't for Ultimate Madness, I wouldn't be a fan of the Collector. To be honest with you, I just didn't like the style that he's unique, but I didn't like his style. But with the no crowds and you actually hear what he's saying and his delivery, I'm like, yo, Bill Collector's dope. What's gonna call it? Homes of the God is dope. Who else? Who else is dope that I'm like, Mike P. Mike P is dope. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, but it's gotten a chance for us to focus in on some of the up and comers, the new guys. I say new guys been around 2-3 years or so. Some of the older guys have come up, challenged some of the younger guys, and brought casket battles out. JC, who did JC?
Poor JC.
I didn't watch the prep. I didn't see the prep battle, but the battle before that was on the Rookies Rets. The kid that he battled was pretty nice, and his name slipping my mind, but like that was a good battle. But people are saying he got 3-0 versus prep. I can't really, I couldn't see it, but like I haven't seen it, so I'm not gonna.
You made a blog talking about the 4 people you want to see. I think it was Charlie Clips. It was Sue Surf. It was Loaded Lux. And 2020, like I think you faced Charlie Clips, but the rest of it was like what are you doing, JC? Like what are you doing?
I just think it's I don't know, man. I gotta it's
and it's not like he doesn't have a nice pen. He has a nice pen.
Absolutely, he's a top 10 pin when he wants to be. He has a top 10 pin, but man, I just think he didn't navigate early on. I don't think he navigated his career the way he probably should have with the pen that he had. Like he took on, and you to each his own. You deal with things how you have to deal with them. But I think he kind of saturated himself a little bit, and I think now he's scaled back a little bit, but I think it's gonna take a while. Like people can get have resurgences. Like I say, Bone Collector is one of those guys that was down a little bit, and he came back this year or the last year and a half, and I think B Magic he gets a couple more opportunities. I think he'll be all right. You know what I
Yo,
mean?
B Magic, B Magic. If you're watching this show, B Magic, get your fucking shit together, man. I heard you got bodied by Real Sick, man. I was so fucking mad, yo. B Magic, B motherfucking Magic. Get your shit together, bro. There's no reason why you should be fucking up your battles, bro. You're getting paid. Do your job, bro. You're representing every fucking bar. You know, like you letting Rum Nitty down. You letting Geechee Gotti down. You letting Coffee Brown down. Who else is on that squad? They're Crips. You letting your set down. Get your shit together, bro. I'm sorry.
That's earlier this year. He beat Chester earlier this year. But yeah, man, it's gonna be that's a dope card. I'm gonna have to. Oh, man. When is it? What day is that? What's the
For Volume 6?
Yeah, Volume 6 going.
It's next Saturday, bro.
Okay.
Next Saturday. They didn't discuss the time, but I'm just hoping it's not late night, man, because
I'm surprised that they even like want to like I don't know because if they start at 9, if it's 9 Eastern, it's gonna be that's 5
p.m.
It's 5 over there. So that's I still think that's a crazy time to because the battle.
But you gotta understand that. You gotta understand though. Before COVID, like usually when they do like events with crowds, they usually start very, very early. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping in the West Coast they start at 1, you know what I'm saying? And then over here it starts a little bit more earlier. You know what I mean? Because you got to think about it. Not everybody's gonna I probably have to screen record the whole shit. I must say, I'm not encouraging people to do it, but, just in case I fall asleep. But like the one that got me crazy was the first event with Caffeine was Genesis, and of course this is the first time they were doing this, and it was having major glitch and whatever. So I was like, fuck this shit. I'm going out with my ex, whatever. And I came back with my ex like midnight. Wow. And I'm looking at the app. I'm like, the main event is about to start. I'm like, what? What do you all think they are? UFC? Like, why is the main event starts at 12:30 in the morning? Like, what's going on here? So, I mean, I'm not a fan of the whole late shit. You know what I mean? Like, people want, like, I'm happy it's on the 12th because I probably would miss it if it was on the 19th because my boys celebrating. We're throwing a big party. And I've been sacrificing, like, yo, like, Smack, we got other things to be trying to do. You know what I'm saying? It's a holiday. Right. We're not trying to watch, this shit all night. So we'll see how this shit played out for real. Yeah. I'm excited. I just love battle rap, man. For some reason, like, I'm mad. I'm mad at Sue Surf. I'm mad that he's dropping the fucking ball. I'm mad that B Magic is dropping the fucking ball as well too. I'm hoping that URL is exposing Kid Chaos and Real Sick and the females as well too, like the assassin, Fixing the Assassin. I forgot her name, Miss Flames. She's from Richmond. She raps and sounds just like JC. And who else is dope from the female standpoint? Of course, Official, Couture. Yeah.
Couture really had a good battle versus Clips. I know.
She was stumbling a little bit, you know what I mean? But I just like her energy. But what's her name? Casey? Yeah, Casey as well too. Oh my God, from Houston.
I haven't seen her.
She battles Swamp. She's the one that 30
Oh, I
Swamp.
have to get, oh yeah, 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 no, yeah. She was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. She was
She's
nice.
nice. She's nice. She's
Yeah,
gorgeous too. Thick,
yeah,
gorgeous, healthy, gorgeous. And of course, you know, coffee. Who doesn't love coffee? I
yeah.
don't like coffee, but I love coffee. Um, oh my lord. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. We'll see. We'll see how this shit turns out for real, for real.
Is
You know what I'm
Jazz
saying?
still rapping? Is Jazz still
I don't
battle rap?
know. I don't know. Um, because I followed her and it was Jazz, the rapper, and some other ladies, and Casey as well. They went to Cancun. They were turning up. So it's like her energy. I think her mind is not on battle rap for some reason. I think she's trying to get her shit together because the way how URL is not really pushing the ladies like they're pushing, you know, the gentlemen, like every
Right.
card. You know what I mean? So you know, she figured out that and not only that, and when they do book her, like how much are they paying her for real, for real. So she got bills to pay, you know what I mean? So I think like she's like working on her life, like there's life outside of battle rap, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? So
yeah.
I think that's where her mindset is, you know.
Yeah.
But because like I said, if it wasn't for ladies, Kings versus Queens or the Queen of the Ring card, like
Mhm.
what else do they got? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I think URL need to push these females cards like every other event. You know,
Jazz wasn't gonna battle for Debo.
I want to see Jazz versus Misfit.
That'd be dope.
They have like they have a history. Um, Misfit was calling her a Fed, you know, even though she's not a Fed, but she's like a 911 operator. There was like pictures leaked of her at her job, whatever. So
yeah.
I want to see that. I really want to see that. And plus, the last time we seen Jazz was double. I think it was Summer Impact with Official versus E Hart and 40 bars. And 40 bars. She's oh my god. It
Yeah,
sucks that.
dope. Yeah.
It sucks that she's. I mean, in my
For a
eyes.
long time.
Say what?
She's been doing it for a long time. Like we talk about some of these names that's been around for
Yeah, 40 bars,
5,
man.
6, 7 years. Like that's a long time, bro. You
And they're still not getting recognition that they deserve. You know what I mean? Other than
I think
what's her name?
40 gets her shine a little bit. Like I think people if people are talking about bars as far as the ladies are concerned, I think 40 is up there. Like you either say Official, you're either going to say Official or you're going to say 40 bars, or you're going to say maybe Tory. Some people say Tory though. Misfit is dope. Misfit's dope. Like
What's her name? I think it's Yoshi.
What,
She faced Tori. She is dope. Like she is dope. Like I'm like, yeah, she's dope. She's dope.
I'm gonna catch.
Yeah, but it's a lot of cards. A lot of MCs, female MCs that people don't, you know, where hopefully Fred the Hustle. I mean Miss Hustle. I didn't like her performance with Lady Luck.
That just came. When did that drop?
I think it already dropped. I could be wrong.
I saw like a little trailer for it, and I did not catch.
It could have been dropped. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, I'm trying my best to keep my ear in the streets, and hopefully we'll see. Oh, my boy T's back. You know what I'm saying? He's back. He's back.
He still got his mic off.
Yeah. So what's the next discussion, man?
Next discussion was on his little wish list was talking about me adding to my block list on Twitter or whatever, or getting blocked list. And I didn't get blocked by Homeboy, which I'm
You got blocked by who?
Nah, I've been blocked by a few people, but I got into this discussion, or I interjected myself because somebody was, talking bullshit about, stuff they didn't know about around here, and I just had to let them know that he wasn't right. So like one of these Twitter famous dudes, like what I mean, I think this dude named Scoon TV, Scoon or whatever. And he was like, he was just trying to tell me like the watch the news, you'll see about it. Like I'm from about the Metro. I'm like, dog, you talking about the Metro? We're not talking about like the Metro goes from Maryland to Virginia. Like, what are you talking about? Like, bro, it's like, shut up, man. You a visitor, you a tourist. So what I mean. I just you're talking about how the bus was free. The bus is not free out here, bro.
No, it's not, bro.
The circulator is free. Don't have nothing to do with DC Metro. And I was like, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, sit down, let somebody that knows what they're talking about. Talk about it. You know what I mean? So no, I'm like, I for whatever reason we was talking about who has me blocked. I know Prince George's police had me blocked for a little bit. That was illegal, so they had to unblock me. Andrew Blatch has me blocked. Jason Reed has me blocked. For whatever reason, Pete Prisco from CBS has me blocked. I don't know. He's a sports guy. There's a couple of sports guys that I never interacted with have me blocked. But in Ben Roethlisberger, if you look up your Twitter name in Ben Roethlisberger, you're probably blocked by him too. Like Big Ben has almost everybody blocked on Twitter. Yeah, he has the record people blocked. But yeah, nah. It wasn't a big thing. It's just funny how people try to don't know what they're talking about, but they have those 25,000 followers, so people want to act like they know what they're talking about.
Man, fuck out of here, man.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know what I mean? What? Are you ready?
Hey, listen. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
No.
Last night, man, two of my favorite guys, you know what I'm saying, got in the ring. Errol Spence Jr. took on Danny Garcia. And though I really like Danny Garcia, I was rooting for Errol Spence. And it was because he was coming off of that car accident. Man, I wanted to see my man be able to get back in the ring.
And they say that he might not even fight again.
After this fight?
No, before after the accident.
Oh, I was about to say, damn, did he already about to they asking about him and Crawford, but nah, it was a good fight. I thought Danny left a little bit in the ring. He could have, he could have put a little bit more in the ring. But it was a good fight. Watched both of the guys. They went the distance. That didn't surprise me. Early on, I saw Earl getting he got some good work in. It was a really good fight, but Earl definitely got his work in on that fight, man. Like when I was watching it, it was like it wasn't one of those, man, I don't know who's winning this fight. Like you saw that Earl won. You know what I'm saying? Like he was you know what I'm saying, himself getting to the body. Like he's one of the best I've seen at getting to your body. Now, I've seen like Bernard, when he gets to your body, you feel it for a week. but Earl, when he gets to your body, you know what I'm saying, it definitely you feel it. But he's so technical that he gets those points when he goes there. So he don't really waste time trying to go to the body. Like some boxers will throw, straights. You know what I'm saying, they'll Joe jabs at the body trying to get points. You know what I'm saying, they'll swing some hooks. You know what I'm saying, getting under the elbow. Nah, Earl lands his. Like early on, he landed a combination to the body. Like, what the fuck is we watching? Evander Holyfield boxing? Who the fuck lands combinations to the body? Especially against world-class boxers like Danny Garcia. But and it was a good fight though, man. And
it was a good fight because Spencer actually set the tone for, I think, the first through 7, I believe. And he was aggressive. He was an aggressive boxer, and he showed that he hasn't left. He showed the true sharpness of a boxer. Danny Garcia started to set the tone like 8, 9, maybe 10, but it was
too late.
already too late. It was
It was
too
too
late.
late.
You have to bring the fight to Spencer. You know, the Spencer's
Spence.
job is to defend. You're supposed to take what he has. And Danny Garcia couldn't do that. You know, once he got that, I don't know if it's a cut on his eye or in his mid nose, whatnot, and it's starting to swell. Spencer's like, I got him. And like you said, them
Spence.
shots to the them body shots, like,
Spence.
bro, I was like, Spence was like, I was like, yo, this fight was dope. I love the fight. I love the fight.
The one thing I give him credit for was these both of these guys fought 12 rounds and neither one of them stepped on Nate Robinson, who was still knocked out in the ring. Like somebody wake Nate up.
I was kind of mad at Garcia because I don't know round. It was a couple of rounds where when the bell was rung, he gave that extra swung, and I was like, I'm just saying it is boxing, but I'm like, come on, bro, like really. But Nate Robinson, like I said before, the last time I said, the last episode, he will fight again because he has to redeem himself. Because the internet is gonna make sure that if I was him, I'll be mad as fuck. Like, you know what? Let me get back to the gym. Let me team with Floyd Mayweather. He's gonna teach me the fundamentals of what I need to do, and I'm gonna run it back. And then
against who?
He had to redeem himself.
Against who?
Paul. After Paul loses to Floyd Mayweather in February, run it back.
What?
Oh, you didn't know? It's official. Floyd Mayweather versus Paul in February.
It's not official.
It's official.
It's not official.
How much you want to put on it?
No way that's official.
How much you want to put? No, don't even look. Don't even look at the phone, bro.
I'm not
don't
betting.
Look at the phone, bro.
I'm not saying like
let's put money on it. How much you want to bet?
I'm not saying it's not official like you don't know what you're talking about. I'm saying like it's not official like it's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. Like why is it happening? Nah, you don't know what you're talking about.
I'm mad at Floyd is willing to step out the ring to face an amateur person.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Instead of fighting Triple G, instead of fighting
he's not
Khan, like I'd rather fight somebody that's gonna blow my fucking head off and still dominate to show them that I'm a true GOAT than facing somebody that I can beat one hand behind my back. That's not what true champions do. You talking about you want to retire because you blah blah blah, but you accept the challenge against Paul. I hope Paul knocks his head off.
And
that's not gonna happen.
So two things. One, you out your fucking mind. Paul would not. And two, he's fighting Logan Paul, not Jake Paul. Jake Paul is who beat the shit out of Nate Robinson. His brother Logan Paul.
Oh, I thought it was the one. I thought it was. Oh my god. So okay, this is bad. This is bad. I didn't know. I'm just saying this out now. I didn't know that. I thought it was one person. I didn't know they were brothers. I didn't know.
No.
I didn't know. So he's fighting Jake Paul.
Logan Paul.
Logan Paul. So Jake Paul's the one that beat Nate Robinson. Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy. This is crazy.
Yeah. I don't know what to make of that. I'm not,
I hope people don't buy this shit. I hope to God people don't buy this shit, man.
I don't know what to think of it. Yeah, I mean, Floyd is just quick work. I don't know how much they paying him. Probably a couple mil, 10 mil. Probably to go 6 rounds for homie. It'll go 2 or 3. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what to make of that. I didn't get to see Errol Spence and Garcia because the link wasn't working, and I instead of trying to.
Oh, you should have told me. You should have asked me. I would have sent you the joint, man.
Oh dang, man. Yeah, I was like, man, I was tired. I was like, let me just stick this one out.
I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But it was a good fight. Now they're saying that I think it's Crawford versus Spence.
Yeah, they were saying. Well, I
That
think it's
should
gonna.
happen.
It's probably going to be Spence Thurman because I just got off the phone. My little brother, he was talking about Bob Arum's like trying to do some super greedy shit with Crawford or whatever. So Crawford fight for they're looking for 70-30 or something crazy.
What?
They're looking for 70-30. So that fight's probably never gonna happen until it doesn't make any until they're both like 45 or something like that. You know what I mean? It's probably not gonna happen. So it's probably gonna be Spence, Thurman, and we'll see Spence, get him out of here too. So
Hey, what y'all think about these two new versus battles that got announced? One is official, one's unofficial.
The official one.
The
let me
official
say that.
one, the
I don't
official
like.
one.
I mean, I think it's dope, but that's not something that will put.
Well, the official one is. Well, let's let the audience know before you give an opinion. The official one that you're about to talk about is Ashanti versus Keisha Cole.
Yes, I'm not mad at the verses though, but we just watched a historic, crazy verses with Geechee and Jeezy, and then you're gonna come up with something that is soft.
I mean, like
it's supposed to
before that
elevate.
was Gladys Knight and Patti LaBelle, so I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't think that.
I think at this point it's going to be about. Sometimes you're going to have to look out for the cult fans. Ashanti had cult fans. Keisha Cole had cult fans. They both had a moment, you know what I'm saying, in the sun in that lady R&B, you know what I'm saying, arena. We both know that neither one of them were ever the top dog. It's going to be, and you know what, Brian, this reminds
Ashanti was the top dog though.
Neither one of them was ever a top dog.
Ashanti was the top dog. Though.
She was never a top dog.
Okay.
And she's not even going to win. She's going to lose to Keisha Cole, but she was never a top dog.
Really?
I think
so you're gonna be surprised when she started playing J-Lo records, not knowing that she wrote for that shit.
But I knew she wrote
about a president who's a Grammy winner is gonna lose to Keisha Cole.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Because Keisha Cole has more than one album worth of work. Ashanti has her first album, like then she has sprinkle. Don't get me wrong, I don't think it's gonna be a landslide either way, but I think Keisha Cole is gonna win.
I thought it was better. I thought Tamia versus Keisha Cole would have been a better matchup.
What? Say that again.
Keisha Cole.
Tamia.
And who?
Tamia.
Nah, I like the matchup. I just don't like the match. It's not the matchup I have a problem with. It's the match. And remember when a couple months ago when I proposed this to Swiss and Timbo, and I said, listen, what you need to do is have like a Wednesday or a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you know what I'm saying, type joint where you can have these undercards do like 10 song battles, and then you have the main event be the heavy hitters with the 20 song. This is a undercard 10 song battle, you know what I'm saying, type of battle. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If you told me that Ashanti and Keisha Cole was going against each other for 10 songs, I think the audience will be like, okay, I can see that. They both can sustain a quality of music over 10 songs. Mm-hmm. Neither one of these artists are going to be able to give us 20 songs legit without having fans like, what song is that? I don't know this song. They're both going to have that moment where it's like, I don't know this. Like, as much as I love Gladys Knight, I knew, even though vocally she's a legend, going against Patti, she was going to have songs that's going to have you like, I don't know this song. When Nelly went against Ludacris, I knew there was going to be a moment in time. I didn't know how long it was going to last, but it lasted a long time where it's like, I don't know this song.
But Swizz was actually on Joe Budden's podcast earlier this week, and he was talking about
Mason
and less, you know what I mean, having our artists do lesser than 20 or whatever. And he was talking about they just now are starting to come around and getting that infrastructure ready for that type of.
Well, if he'd listened to me earlier, they would have been. Hey, people don't realize that Jeezy and Gucci went more than 20.
Yeah, they went 20, something like 25. Something.
Yeah, 25.
They went 25. And the thing about it, imagine that, you know, the sad part is they went 25. And some of the joints that Gucci was playing, it was like, okay. Okay.
He could have played a lot. He could have played some way bigger joints of his.
That's what I'm saying. He went 25. I was like, okay, you could have, like, my thing is like, I don't know that you got, I don't have faith in every artist to curate a 25 song playlist for a battle, because it's going to be personal favorites, or you're going to have it where a guy wants to drop diss records for 5 rounds, regardless of whether or not he's going to win or not. But imagine if Teddy Riley and Babyface was like, yo, fuck it, let's do 30.
They could have done 50.
They should do 50. By law. We wasting, you know what I'm saying, energy. Like we wasting opportunities with the legends. You know what I'm saying? I wanna like what Rick Ross said at first, like, yo, I got 20 more. Like for instance, Teddy Riley and Babyface, they should have went more.
Of course.
The problem, one of the problems with that particular verse is that was that Babyface and Teddy audio wasn't right. But the second thing is you got to lock in for 20 songs for 2 people. That's 40 songs. Even at a minute and a half, whatever they play.
At first they wasn't even that long. At first they were longer.
Right.
And you remember at first they didn't realize how, like, they had to figure some shit out. Now they got to figure it out what's a minute and a half.
Right. So
just think about that. Like, that's another thing. Yo, because I used to make mixtapes and shit like that, playlists for people. If you told me that I only have a minute and a half, I'm going to take the best minute and a half of the song.
Right. Yeah, that's what you should. That's what the DJ.
I'm not going to come out like everybody's playing like the beginning of every song. No. If you knew you hit your high as a singer, if I hit my high notes at the end, when I come in, you get in the end.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving you the best part of the song, the part that I felt resonated with the audience more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that should be a discussion with the artist.
It's like, imagine if Jodeci went and they played Stay. Though I love the first verse, yo, when he come in the second verse, is when it turns up a notch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts. What was the proposed verses you talking about?
I said what they need to have is like either Wednesday or Thursday, do like, you know what I'm saying? Involve the newer generation and do like a 5 song. Just some small shit, 2 5 songs. You have this 2 artists go, you know what I'm saying, these 2 and these 2. You know what I'm saying? Back to back. So you have 2 on a Wednesday. Then Thursday and Friday, you can have Thursday or Friday, depending on if it's Wednesday with the 2 news or Thursday with the 2 news. You can have the 10, you know what I'm saying, the 10 song joint for the mid tiers. And then you leave the 20 song joints for the big dogs. And the reason why you do that, you introduce that platform, is that now you don't alienate these artists that can't swim in deep waters. If you know what I'm saying, if you make it so these artists can, you know what I'm saying, survive, then it's like, okay. Also, what you can do is now you can make it competitive. Like, for instance, suppose he wants to get Teddy Riley back on and you have the 10 and the 20. You have a clause where you can't play a song over again. So like, yo, Babyface so dope. Teddy Riley so dope. Yo, we got Teddy Riley on his second appearance. Now he's only doing 10 songs and he can't use the first 20.
Yeah,
so you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's so many things they could do that I think.
Yeah, they just scratching the surface, man.
I want to see them put efforts into the preservation of their future. So if you got guys trying to do 20 and you got people like Ashanti and Keisha Cole and the general public not feeling it. They're not feeling this battle. Like this joint is, they're not interested in it. So if you keep bringing up battles where you don't have legends and people aren't convinced they have legit catalogs, then you're going to start seeing these numbers drop. So if one of your bargaining chips is, hey, do a versus battle, it's going to boost your audience, and people seeing these numbers drop, it's not going to be as convincing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure they got some verses in the top that's coming through.
I hope so.
That's better than Ashanti and Keisha Cole. But I think both of those names could have got, and both got those. First, those are decent sized names, especially if
absolutely.
Together, I don't know if that's a great matchup, but it is what it is, and it should do numbers. It should do numbers.
Like, here's the thing. I got another one for you. The next step is not having one-on-one. The next step is three contestants. And I think it would be dope if they started it with like the R&B girl groups like Total, Escape, and SWV. Because you think about it, those are legendary groups, but how lengthy is their catalog?
I think SWV probably can do 10. They definitely have a strong 10.
They have great hits, but their length of catalog isn't that deep. It's on, you know what I'm saying? So if you had like three groups and they all had 10, so it's 10 rounds. So that means you're not gonna have somebody so it's a draw. It can't be a draw. Somebody gonna lose.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody gonna win.
Unless you're like the fan of the art form, and you know what, I'm not even here to judge. I'm here just to hear. Obviously we all agree with the slogan, the culture won. Like, of course the culture won. We all win. But in terms of keeping score, because that's what we do. And to be honest with you, the only one that didn't keep score on was the Erykah Badu and Jill Scott one. I didn't keep score. Because of their vibe didn't say keep score. They was having a conversation the whole time. Whereas like the other artists, even when they were talking, they were introducing the record or talking about, like, Jill and Erykah was basically having a conversation for 2 hours, and we were just there to watch. I still want my Fat Joe versus Noriega joint.
Yeah, he was saying.
I don't think, to be honest with you, I'm not excited for Fat Joe. I don't even think Fat Joe even had 20 records, to be honest with you. Maybe for Nori.
I'm gonna give you a moment and let you, like, you don't gotta do it right now, but after the podcast, I'm gonna need you to go and look at Fat Joe's catalog.
Yeah. You gotta find.
Go look at Fat Joe's catalog, bro.
I'm not a fan of Fat Joe. I'm sorry. Maybe
it's not about whether or not you're a fan of him or not. It's about I'm not a fan of Joe Jones.
Okay, correction. I don't think people are excited to see Fat Joe versus.
Go look at the numbers his IG lives do.
Because he said he doesn't want to do it. I'm pretty sure if Cameron said I don't want to do it, or I'm pretty sure if May said I didn't want to do it, it's going to speculate like, yo, I really want to see him do it. It's not because
Fat Joe is a popular person. And he has a very good, show on his Instagram, and people log in.
I think the culture would rather see Busta Rhymes. The culture would rather see Lil Wayne. The culture would rather see T.I. The culture would rather see
Wait, are you speaking for the culture? Because I'm part of the culture, and I would love to see Fat Joe. I would love to see Fat Joe.
I'd like to see a Fat Joe versus as well. I don't know if it's Noriega, but
and the only reason I said Noriega is because I feel like at the moment they're both in a similar space with hip hop.
Right.
If it was Fat Joe, I want to see him versus Busta Rhymes. So Busta Rhymes get the fuck out of here.
I'm fine with him going against Busta. I think they both got hit records. I mean, I think Fat Joe's catalog more recently is more hit worthy than Busta Rhymes, but and Bust like Fat Joe has hits, bruh. Like I don't know what you trying to accomplish by putting like yo, Busta's my man. Busta's in my top 10. So I'm not about to slander Busta in favor of Fat Joe. Noise, my man.
You just did like 5
No,
minutes.
I didn't. No, I didn't. I never slandered. Never.
But
There's no Busta Rhymes slander.
The verses I really want to see, because everybody's talking about, actually there's two. Actually, there's one person I really want to see in the verses joint just to show how dominant she is in the rap culture, because I don't think anybody can really fuck with her. Missy Elliott. And if you shake your head one more time.
In the rap, we talking rap?
What?
Rap?
Overall, it could be rap, it could be R&B, it can be whatever. Nobody's fucking with Missy. I wish you would say something crazy. I wish you would say something crazy,
listen,
bro.
I love Missy, but if she's in a rap category, who is she gonna go against in the rap category?
Nobody, because nobody can fuck with her.
Because she's not a good rapper. Nobody's ever said Missy's a good rapper. So I know you're not about to come on my podcast and say that Missy's a good rapper. Missy's a great song maker. She makes hits. I love Missy. But to go against a traditional rap artist, it would be weird. It's fast. I'll give you a good example. Timbaland is one of the greatest producers of all time, arguably the greatest. He lost to Swizz Beatz. Why? Because he was playing R&B records when Swizz was playing club bangers. Why wouldn't you think that would happen with Missy? If she's thinking, because he was playing some Missy records, he was playing a lot of different records.
Does Missy have hits?
Who?
Does Missy have hits?
Hell yeah.
So what does her not being a good rapper have to do with if she has hits?
I just explained it to you. Does Timbaland not produce hits?
Missy and Timbaland are two different things.
Not really.
Yes.
Because Timbaland
is known as a producer, not a rapper. Missy is a songwriter and she's a rapper. This is what she do. This is what she does.
So okay. So let's say Missy goes against pick a female artist that's worthy of going against worthy to be mentioned. Pick any one of them. Foxy,
Nicki.
You like Get Your Freak On.
Bar? No.
Get Your Freak On is a good rap record.
It's a good dance party.
It's a fun record, but it's not a good rap record. Like, come on.
You can't mean that one.
Like, go listen to, if you listen to what she's saying, she's very elementary. She's just very melodic, and she brings a different element to the game it's priceless. But if you talking about like lyrics, she don't bring you the lyrics at all. 50, 50.
Yeah.
A Missy record going up against Nicki Minaj, and Missy goes, yes, I'm super fly, super duper fly. And then Nicki Minaj plays her verse for Monster. Who's winning that round? She going up against Lil Kim, and she got the 50. And then Lil Kim plays Money Talks. Or she plays her All About the Benjamins verse. Who's gonna win that round? Or she goes against Foxy Brown. And like my whole point is, I think we would really have this is what needs to happen when Missy battles. When Missy goes up, we really need to adopt that vibe type of atmosphere where we're not really comparing the quality of the pen and we going off the feel of the music. That area, that's what Missy will bask in. Because Missy she's a feel. She's an energy. And
because of that comment, I was supposed to take I needed to take a strong shot, but I'm not gonna do that.
Take two of them.
I'm not gonna do that, man. Black.
Take two.
It's your opinion. It's your opinion. It's your opinion, man. But
I mean, it's all about our opinion.
Y'all disrespecting the GOAT, man. That's disrespectful, man.
The GOAT?
Yes. Missy Elliott is the GOAT.
I don't know about Missy being the GOAT, man.
The GOAT. The GOAT, my friend. Who's your top female artist right now?
Top female artist right now? Boy.
It could be past, future, present. Missy's number one. Missy's number one.
I mean, is that R&B? Like,
what?
We doing rap? We doing rap? Like, how is that working?
Now we got like fuck this whole. It's 2020. We don't call rap. Rap is not like what it was back in the 90s.
But that's when she did her music. She was part of that era where it was actually a genre.
She's like Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj is not a rap artist, even though she does rap shit. Is now known as an artist. She's an artist now. Same thing with Megan. Megan is an artist. You know, I just want to know who's your top 5 female.
Luke Skywalker with the Force.
All right, thank you so much for having me on the show on the Write Up. You know what I'm saying? My name is Clay God.
My brother
I'm about to be signing out right now. You act like.
Let me get this straight.
You act like Missy.
You just said she's the GOAT.
You just
as a female artist, fuck yes. In the rap game, fuck yes.
Oh, well, but you went back on what you just said. So you put her back in the rap game and then say yes again.
I know what you're gonna say. That's what I had to.
No. When you said artist,
put a stamp on it.
When you said artist, I let that breathe. I let that part breathe. But when you went back,
female artist, rap artist, then
there you go again. Yo, she's not in my top 5.
I'm asking you a question.
She's not in my top 5, bro. She's not in my top 5 female rap artists. Not in my top 5. Kim, Foxy, Nicki, Eve, Latifah, Light, Jean Grey, Rod Digger.
Lord, man.
All of these women are better rappers than her.
Rod Digger even have an album, yo?
Yes, she does.
Yes.
It's a joke, bro.
No, it's okay. Just checking.
It's a joke, bro.
What's next, man?
You put oh my God.
A better rapper? Yes, she's a better rapper. Not even close. Better rapper. Yes.
Who's like? There's no top woman rapper that Missy Elliott, as far as her rap pen, is better than.
This is the shit that pisses me off.
Her R&B pen, yes.
Hold up. This is the shit that pisses me off because what's happening now? You're getting a soundbite that would make it sound like I'm not a Missy fan. Or that Missy isn't one of my favorite artists of all time. No. I didn't say you said that, but I said this is what pisses me off. And I'm not talking about you specifically. I'm talking about when you have to put things in perspective. Like, for instance, LeBron and Jordan. I don't like being part of the conversation because if you are a LeBron fan and you think he's the greatest, all you do is shit on Jordan accolades, and then vice versa. I'm not about to shit on Missy's accolades or her place. I just don't think she's the greatest. She's not. She's not the greatest of all time.
How about the artist? A female greatest artist.
I love her as an artist, but
is she the greatest artist of all time?
No.
I think she's one of the. I think she's one of the. Let me tell you what I think Missy is. I think Missy is one of the most influential artists of all time. I think and this is why I say this. I think Missy is one of the most influential because her step is more so on R&B. It's not on rap. You don't hear rap records like, yo, Missy wrote that, but you hear R&B records like, yo, I know Missy wrote that. Missy's truest stamp is in R&B. It's not in rap, bro.
That's why I said as an artist.
But
as
it's
an
not.
artist,
But that's the
is she
thing,
a
though.
better artist, a better
But it's
female
not. But
artist?
she's not. I'm gonna
Yes,
tell you
she
why.
is.
She's
If
not.
you just mentioned,
If she, no,
in the arm. Okay,
no, what did I
can
say?
Can I explain?
I
though?
said influence. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Now, people don't understand how much Missy has done in the artist world when it comes to songwriting, producing. So
That's not an artist.
We're talking about.
Songwriter is not an artist. Is it? Is a producer a director? Is a director an actor? Yes or no? You've acted and you've directed, right? Are they the same thing? No, they're not. Missy as an artist isn't as big. Like that's why she's influential. Like the writing she's done has had a great influence. But you're not about to take
that has made a lot of noise, like Total, like Tweet, like Aaliyah.
I'm not debating that, Felix.
I can keep going.
I'm giving you that. That's why I said
SWV 702.
All you doing is you're feeding what I'm saying. She's one of the most influential. But as if she was the greatest artist, these wouldn't be their records. They would be her records. She would be the main vocals, and they'd be background singing on her songs. She's doing work for other people. That's their voices. Listen, like again, she is one of the greatest influential people in our genre. Facts. Whether it's songwriting, whether it's, you know what I'm saying, I think she's influenced Timbaland in his production. Her and Busta Rhymes pushed the limits to videos to like the next level, and people took 10 years to even get close to catching up. So I love Missy's contribution to hip hop and R&B culture. Don't get it fucked up.
Okay, I get it. But when you're saying that she's not the best, and her, do you know how many millions that she sold worldwide so far?
On her shit?
On her shit.
She's probably not even top 10 in her shit. She got like 10 albums.
Guess how many?
I'm not about to guess, bro. I don't know. You probably got.
I think you should do that research, and then
I'm not about to do it.
We come back.
I'm not about to do it.
You know what I mean?
I'm not going to do it. Can you tell me what she ranks? Does she rank in the top 10?
I didn't ask you that question though. That's not the question I asked you.
What? Then what's the point of you asking me?
I asked you how many records did she sold overall. That was my question.
What's the relevance of the question?
If she's not a good artist, if she's not even a top good artist,
see, there you go.
How many records did she sold?
Now you being goofy. You being goofy right now.
I'm not being goofy. I just asked you a question,
Brian,
that you didn't answer.
Have I ever said she wasn't a good artist?
Yeah, there's no
asking you a
saying that she wasn't a good artist.
I didn't ask you. I didn't say that you said that she's not good. I'm asking you.
But by asking it, you're implying that that's what I think.
Because I'm trying to validate my statement. That's why I'm doing it. I'm asking you. I'm not being goofy. I'm asking you a question.
No. This is how you would. If you wanted to use numbers to validate your statement, you would just state the numbers. But when you ask me that, you imply that she ranks higher than some other people who've been doing this. So if we're gonna talk about the numbers, then we have to bring in other people's, because I can bring in people's who I would list. There's people who sold records who suck. So record sales don't mean everything, and you know this. Macklemore won a fucking Grammy Award over fucking Kendrick Lamar.
And what happened to him?
What difference does it? He got his shot.
Where is he now?
Wherever the fuck he want to be now.
Where is he now? He's non-existent.
No, he's not non-existent. No, that's incorrect.
Seattle.
That's incorrect.
Music?
Whatever.
Is he still making music?
But that's my choice. It's not by force.
Okay.
No, he's still.
Again, you didn't make any point. It's not like people say, "Oh, nah, you suck."
Bro, he won a Grammy. He could have taken that Grammy and made another album, and people would have went and bought it.
Missy won Grammy. So what's your point?
Oh my God. Oh my goodness.
Missy won Grammys. Missy has won.
That's my whole point. That's my whole point. That's my whole point. You talking about sales and numbers, bro? People who aren't good and who don't really contribute to this culture wins awards and makes album sales.
But we're talking about Missy though. We're not talking about other artists.
But you want to use numbers to validate her.
We're talking about Missy though.
But you want to use numbers to validate her. What I'm saying is, Missy don't need the numbers to validate. She's already validated. So don't tell me about her numbers
because I don't said that she's not top artist. That's what you just said.
No, as far as the numbers, she's probably not. Does she has more? So when I look this up, is she gonna have more R&B sales than, let's say, Beyonce? If I can look it up, before I look it up, I can say probably not. If I look up her numbers, is she gonna have higher grossing sales than?
I won't even compare Beyonce to Missy.
Why not? She's an artist. She's an artist.
Because we're talking about rap. We're not talking about.
Oh,
R&B.
now you're talking about rap.
Yeah.
Now you sticking to rap again.
I said rap and artist. That's what I said. I didn't say
you're bouncing. You're bouncing.
Reverse the
listen.
YouTube. Reverse the YouTube joint. I said rap and artist. I didn't say R&B.
All right, listen.
And then the list that I mentioned were, unfortunately, was in the R&B. Like, because I mentioned 702. I mentioned Aaliyah. I mentioned Tweet.
Everybody you mentioned was R&B. Because you said the same thing I said, except for you trying to say because of her contribution to writing R&B records, she's now elevated above other females.
It's your opinion. I feel like she's a top female artist in the game.
Okay.
But,
that's fine. No, but that's not what you said. Hey, Felix, that's not what you said.
It's cool.
You funny. I love you. Hey, listen, this is why I love you, Felix. You went from saying she wrote for 702 R&B, SWV R&B, Escape R&B, Total R&B, R&B, but then want to tell me she's a go of female rap.
I mean, the film and female. But no, she's a rapper. She's a record producer. She's a songwriter. She's a singer. You know what I'm saying? Like she has a lot of hits. I know what you're saying. She has a lot of hits on her belt.
Listen.
She has a lot of hits.
Hey,
now, she might not be as lyrical. She might not be as lyrical like Foxy Brown, who had a ghostwriter. She might not be as lyrical as Rhapsody right now, but I'm just saying she is dope. And most of the females that you just mentioned,
why are you
like
arguing your
Brown,
point?
Like Lil Kim, they all have ghostwriters.
Why are you arguing your point? Like I ever said, Missy wasn't a dope artist.
Because you just mentioned some of these females names that are better than Missy Elliott.
They are lyrically better.
They have ghostwriters. Of course they're gonna be better. When you have Biggie Smalls, rest in peace, writing lyrics for you, of course that shit's gonna be fire. When you have Jay-Z or Nas writing for you, of course that shit's gonna be fire. Of course. Everybody thought Diddy was a dope rapper, not knowing that
nobody ever thought that. Listen,
that Jadakiss was writing for him.
Are you the one person who thought Diddy was a dope rapper?
I said people,
but I don't know these people. I don't know these people. So maybe you're those people.
Rapper.
So who are those people?
I know he's not a dope rapper.
Those people
don't do that. Don't put that shit on me, T. Do not put that shit on me, man.
Because nobody thinks that. Everybody knew from the get-go.
I'm giving an example, bro.
That's a bad example. Goddamn.
I swear to God,
Listen. We are in agreement that Missy is an all-time great artist. She's an all-time great. I want to talk about something else great. Can we talk about something else that's great?
See.
Goddamn, the Mandalorian is off the fucking hook right now.
Now I'm gonna let you and Brian talk about that shit because I've yet to see that show.
What?
I've yet to see that show. You talking about season 2?
Yes.
Okay, so I gotta watch season 1. I have a Fire Stick, so I could probably watch that shit.
Bro, What you
Yeah.
waiting for? What you
Yeah, I need
waiting
to
for?
watch it.
Go watch that.
I need to
B.
watch it.
Yeah.
I watched it twice, just like I watched the last episode twice. I had to watch it twice.
You
Hell,
watch
hey,
it,
listen.
yeah.
This is the first episode that Lucy watched that I know of.
No, this was
That's how dope this one was. And
this
the
was
thing about this,
special.
as far as like action wise, I still think the last episode was the best one. But
Yeah.
just like the connective tissue that this one just supplied to us was like next
Yeah,
level
it threw it back through the whole
universe.
the
The whole
original like
yes.
trilogy, the second, the prequel trilogy. You got it, man. Like you got Boba Fett.
Boba
That's all you
Fett.
can say. Boba Fett. You know, you are. Oh man, this was special, man.
Yeah.
This was special. Like
But
I
they got
watched
my
it.
man though. They snatched my man up, yo.
Yeah.
Spoiler
Bro.
alert.
Yeah. Spoiler.
I'm not paying attention right now because I don't want to be. I don't want to.
Damn, you not our only fan, motherfucker. And we live streaming right now, so I gotta say spoiler alert. Even though I spoiled it.
You already spoiled it.
I already said it.
Right.
Yeah, but man, hey, listen.
This one was special. It was back to back with the Ahsoka episode, the jump of previous, and that's crazy because we everybody was like, one of the things about this show is this the quote unquote filler, and they haven't given you it's not just you though. It's not just you, bro. It's not just you.
I apologize for it felt like filler when I watched that episode. And now
I think
3 episodes later, I'm like, what it was about the armor. And I talked to my brother about, he was like, it's not filler, maybe it's about something simple as Baby Yoda likes eating eggs and shit, stuff like that. And it was because of the fucking armor, bro.
Yeah, it's man, they know what they're doing. Like Dave Filoni and especially Jon Favreau.
I apologize to the masterminds behind The Mandalorian for questioning whether or not, or even suggesting that they have filler episodes. I humbly apologize to you.
And even if you think they're filler or how they're not on the main, like they're not. This is an episodic show. They've built it that way. It's not a serial show. So I think people are so used to serial shows, especially when you're watching on streaming.
Well, that's because that's how it's been presented. Like it's been serial though. The first season was serial. He's on a journey.
I don't know if that's the case.
He was on a journey the whole time.
There's things that progress as he goes along, but I don't think they would. I wouldn't consider it like a serial. Like you have to like. There's a cliffhanger at the end of every episode that leads you directly into the next episode. That's a lot. That to me, that's what streaming has done to, the TV, TV shows, whatever. But neither here nor there, man. They put up, 6 episodes of greatness. Robert Rodriguez directed this last episode. Great action director, and he didn't disappoint either. Yeah, Boba Fett, man, he put the armor on. It was gone. That was crazy. Like, if you ever wondered like why people like that was one of their favorite characters growing up or whatever, because it wasn't really mine. Like, I was like, yeah, he was in like 10 seconds of 2 movies. You know what I mean? But he's just a cool looking character, and that's what they basically modeled like the Mandalorians as a race after him, you know what I mean? As far as everybody wearing their, the helmets and all this stuff. So,
that was more so Django than Boba.
No, I'm not saying not in the canon. I'm not talking about like chronologically. I'm talking about like Boba Fett was appearance was before.
Okay, got you.
Like they made this whole backstory up as you know what I mean? He's he's got the armor of this, you know what I mean, this warrior race, this such and such and
That
such.
Beskar.
Yeah, so yeah, man, nah, they delivered, man. And these next 2 episodes, I'm trying to figure out where they gonna go. Like
Yeah.
I'm
Oh
Bill
man,
Burr's
they gonna bring my
too.
guy. Yeah, you
Yeah,
say. Hey, I
yeah,
love I love seeing my people get them checks. Bill Burr about to get them another Star Wars check.
yeah.
He got an episode coming up.
So I'm
Oh
looking forward to it. What's that?
man, I'll hold it off and wait until we like. Hey, Big Mouth season 4 is
I need to finish season 3, but
What show?
Big Mouth.
Cartoon,
Okay.
Netflix cartoon. Yeah, no, it's a
Have I-
dope show.
hold
I
on, let
love
me
it.
see. Big Mouth. I think I've seen that. I might be
Oh
wrong.
my god.
Yeah, go. Yeah, you gotta catch up on that. It's
Big Mouth and F is for Family
Right.
are, man, those are two of my shows. So I'm excited.
Big
I just
Mouth.
haven't had a day off, so I haven't been able to watch all. I watched like some of the first episode, but it was night. It was bedtime. I went to sleep at early morning.
Yeah, no,
Uh,
it's hilarious.
Oh, Big Mouth. So that's the name of the show. So my boys, my homeboy, we went to Puerto Rico last year in November, and so we went to this. We went to our place, whatever. So we was chilling, getting things ready before we head out. So they had Netflix. So my boy was showing this Big Mouth, and I was like, "What
Pause.
what kind of show is this?" And I was like, "Yo." I was laughing so hard, but I'm like, yo, this shit is crazy. Like I was laughing my ass. I was like, yo,
It gets crazier.
it gets
Yeah,
crazy. So I was like, yo, I need to find out what's the name of the show. And my boys didn't know what it was. So when you said Big Mouth, and I just did my research, like, oh, bam, I just found that shit out.
It gets crazier. And all I can say is season 4 start off crazy too.
The creators, they have to, I don't know what.
That's Nick Kroll. Nick Kroll, man.
Nick Kroll.
I don't know where they had to be in order to create this kind of content, but that is weird.
He got a great team with him. So you got Maya Rudolph does a voice.
Jordan Peele does.
Jordan Peele does a voice. He does 2 voices actually.
Yeah.
But they got a lot of huh?
He does Duke Ellington's Ghost too, right?
Yeah. It's a couple people who do voices that's fairly popular.
Yeah, no, it's dope. It's dope. I watch every season. I don't think we finished season 3, but we might have actually. I don't know, but yeah, I want to get into season 4, man. That joint's funny. I didn't know it was going to drop like that.
So it's actually dropping to the what is it dropping? Season 4.
It's on now.
It dropped. It's out. It's online now.
It's on now. They added it like 2 days ago, so it's on now. Hey, listen, before we get out of here,
yeah,
and I appreciate you, Felix, for joining us tonight. And it's perfect since I know you rock with us the way we rock with her. But tomorrow night, Monday Night Football, the Washington football team plays on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Do we win or do we lose?
That's good. That's a good question. They the Steelers 11.
Right, let me switch my hat.
A lot of people.
Let me switch my hat since
So.
I'm a season ticket holder. Hold on, real quick. Not everybody get this hat. You gotta be season ticket holders to get this shit. Now, I'm thinking right now. I'm thinking.
That don't look like the wrong burgundy, but whatever.
hey, came with this shit too.
Talk your shit.
So we'll see.
Talk your shit.
It really depends. I don't know if I was telling you or somebody else.
Win or loss. No fence. No fencing. No fence. Nobody on the fence.
They win. Skins win.
I have them. I have. Pittsburgh Steelers will no longer be undefeated. They're losing tomorrow, man. Washington is going to pull an upset. Defense wins games, even though they won championship. But I feel like defense is going to pull through. I will be
Brian,
surprised. I will be
here's the
surprised.
thing.
I will be surprised if Ben Roethlisberger doesn't get hurt.
The Washington football team will beat the Pittsburgh Steelers on Monday Night Football in spite of Alex Smith. In spite of him. For the very reason that Felix just said, the defense.
Mm.
I expect the defense to be on Ben Roethlisberger's ass all night. All night.
As long as he's out there, because he isn't he injured? Like, doesn't is something wrong? You got something wrong with him?
Oh, if he not out there, then it.
No, I mean he's
Now,
gonna
the only
start.
problem
He's
I
gonna
have,
start,
the
but I
only
don't.
problem I have with Washington, and this has been for years, when Washington have like a break, like whether it's a bye, and they play the next game, like they
Yeah, that was
start
big.
playing shitty. Like they did that against New Orleans off a bye. They did this year against the Giants. You know what I mean? That what happened with the Ravens when they pushed it back from Thanksgiving Thursday, from Thursday to Tuesday, from Tuesday to Wednesday, and then now we're playing on Monday.
Listen. What's the point of getting an experienced veteran coach and have a veteran coaching staff on your defense if you can't come prepared, you know what I'm saying, on any situation?
That's true.
So I expect them to be prepared to win the game. Now, I don't think they're gonna blow them out. It's gonna be a close one, but I think they can win. I think they'll win. I think before we get out of here, I want to give a shout out to my squidard that Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Oh boy. We out here.
What?
We look like we locked in there play Clemson again for that ACC, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. I mean, I love my Terps too, but what's the point of talking about them when they ain't giving no reason to talk? They ain't giving us no reason to talk.
Especially not in football.
They out there getting drugged by Indiana.
Tiger Voloa had a good little streak there, but
yeah.
They just
we got the wrong brother. Felix, since you a guest, you got anything for us before we get out of here?
To be honest with you, go Washington. By all means, I just dropped a little segment behind social media volume 2. We're talking about what happened last weekend. About the restaurant of females twerking in a restaurant. So please check that out. Other than that, thank you so much for Brian T. Thank you for having me on your platform to talk shit. You know what I'm saying? I love it, every bit of it. And yeah.
Appreciate money. Staying on with us. What up with me, man? I just want to give I don't want to damper this whole jump, but I do want to give a rest in peace to the young boy that passed on Central Avenue, Carmelo Duncan. Just to the senseless violence that we've been going through over this last 5 or 6 months with the pandemic lockdown, with the however things is going, but the city is definitely grieving over that one. There was a candlelight visual last night, and I just wanted to, pay my respects and salute to the whole family and rest in peace to Carmelo Duncan.
Absolutely. I think this is probably one of the few times where I don't really have too many parting words, man. I really don't. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to all the countries that's listening to us, like Japan, Netherlands, like Pakistan, like Turkey, like, you know what I mean? And all the states that we've gone into. I think we're in 18, 19 states as far as listeners. So our listener has called us. So, you know what I mean? I appreciate all the love that we've been getting. And the cook up. Dang. All right. Shout out to the cook up. Shout out to Burn.
Always shout out to the cookout.
Absolutely.
Listen, it's been a fun one. We got one more episode before we wrap up the second season. Doesn't mean we're gonna have a break, but it'll be a wrap up nonetheless.
We do need to we need to find something.
On behalf of On the Ride Up, and I want to apologize to our audience that we haven't
fulfilled some of the things we said we was gonna give y'all this year. We had a misfire of our first annual award show that never it got postponed due to COVID. We still owe y'all a sneaker episode, and we are in talks with some of the bros about them launching a sneaker podcast.
Yeah, hopefully,
And
yeah, maybe we can do an episode and not kick off their podcast. Whatever.
Look forward to supporting them, being a part of it, whatever capacity they want me in. I'm there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, you know, and you on the ride up.